fuck do I do with my life now? I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm so confused about it. The real question is not how to deal with confusion. The real question is, how do you welcome and embrace confusion in your life?
You can attach meaning to your life, but that meaning is yours and yours alone. It's not objective. It's not an absolute.
You know, confusion is a very interesting topic. We believe that confusion is a bad thing. Growing up, we want clarity of purpose, clarity of everything, clarity of thought, clarity of action, clarity of what we're doing with our lives, right? Well, it's not always the case that we will have clarity 100% of the time. To go from not knowing to knowing, there is a period of not knowing, and it's inevitable. From going from confusion to clarity, you need the confusion. Because without the confusion, well, what would clarity even mean? So this dual nature of knowing and not knowing is a dance that will always happen. There will always be a time where you just don't know, and that's fine. But in this not knowingness, eventually you will know. You know, to every life's problems and paradoxes that are hard to solve, not every single problem has to be solved. Not every single paradox has to be solved. And the only way to solve this paradox is to accept the paradox, to accept that there's no solving it. And if you want to find the right middle ground, you have to go in firsthand, jump into it, find for yourself, right? So in more practical terms, what is confusion exactly? Confusion could manifest in not knowing who you are, not knowing where you stand, not knowing your values, not knowing what to do with your life, whether financially, economically, with your relationships, with your friendships, with you're torn between two choices about letting go of this relationship or keeping it, right? This very black and white type of thinking. And usually this is what leads to confusion. This dualistic type of nature of either I do this or I don't. But there's a middle ground here. And to find the middle ground, you have to jump in and take action. And through your action, you have to trust that the path will eventually autocorrect. You might be a little hesitant at first, thinking, well, why would I want to jump in like that if I don't even know what the fuck this is going to lead me to? I'm already so confused. Wouldn't that make things worse? Well, the way I see it is, you know, confusion, what confusion does to you is that it paralyzes you. Really, like you're stuck into a piece of ice. You don't know what to do, right? And confusion will only cement your idleness. Will make your idleness even more idle, your laziness even more lazy. And to break this cycle of confusion, take action. Whatever path it is, just take it, and eventually you'll see a little more clear. Because on the path to action, as you walk the path, you will see different options open up to you. Because where you are right now on the path, where you're stuck, you know, you have limited vision. You have tunnel vision on only 2 or 3 options that you see that you can't even choose what the fuck to do. So the options that are around you, you don't realize, hey, if I just keep walking forward and I go into the second room over there that's maybe 10 meters away, there'll be new options in that room. But wait, I don't even know this room exists because I've been stuck in this room for 10 years. But if I just walk over there and see the other rooms out there, I might find an answer. But first you have to get unstuck and be willing to walk the path. It only means that you're facing the unknown right here. If you only venture into what is known, into what is clear to you, you will only be stuck into one way of doing things, one worldview, one way of living in reality. You'll never see another perspective. So embrace confusion as a way of growing. So what are practical tips to deal with confusion? Step 1, describe it as accurately as you can, in words that are as accurate as you can make them. Here's a list of examples that to help you inspire you. It's gonna be a long list, so be ready. Should I accept myself or should I improve myself? Should I accept the condition that I'm stuck into? Or should I make the condition better? Make the situation better? Constantly perfect it. To keep bettering myself, keep perfecting myself. And when is the time to accept myself finally? Should I follow my intuition, what my hearts tell me to do in my life? Or should I be more realistic, more pragmatic, more rational, more logical? Should I value success in life? Or should I do spiritual work and work on myself and meditate and detach from success? Right? Those type of things are hard to combine together, but really just bask into those ideas, right? Should I stay in school and keep working at school, keep getting better grades, going through the ranks of education? Or should I just acquire work experience right the fucking now, right? Should I go through my negative emotions and do the shadow work on myself and really dive deep into my negative emotions? Or should I focus on being positive, right? That's a very tricky one, by the way. Should I express all my emotions, my anger, my frustration, my sadness to people? Or, be more gentle with those emotions, express them less? What degree is the right expression and suppression? Should I deal with the problem right now and really pragmatically try to deal with it in the real world? Or should I just let it go? Should I be completely humble with myself? Or should I work on bettering my image, my self-image, my reputation, right? Should I be nice and forgiving to people, nice, forgiving, empathetic? Or should I be cold and evil? Should I be a nice guy to the point of becoming a doormat? Or should I become an asshole that's just completely assertive and a fucking maniac? Should I live on my edge of fear, really pushing myself to the max? Or should I live in peace of mind? Living in peace. Very confusing. Now that you have the list, come up with your thing that's making you confused right now. Write it down. And that's step 1, right? What is making you confused right now? Step 2, accept it. That's it, accept it. Sounds simple, but it's actually harder to do in practice. Life itself is confusion. Those paradoxes, I don't think will ever be 100% solved. I don't think anyone really solved all of them. You have to dig into them yourself to solve them, to find the right middle. But to find this middle, you have to wrestle a few ideas, those ideas for a while. And sometimes you realize, hey, there's no resolving the paradox. To resolve the paradox, you just accept that there is no resolving of it. As I said earlier, confusion is the starting point. Clarity is just another starting point. Sure, confusion will lead to clarity, and eventually clarity will lead to confusion again. And confusion will lead to clarity, and so on and so forth. Why is that? Because of the law of impermanence. Nothing will ever be permanent. So if you're constantly growing yourself, constantly trying to understand the world and yourself, it'll always come back and forth. So accept that. Accept the dance and trust in the process that clarity will eventually come. Step number 3, take action. Just take a path. Whatever, if you're feeling confused right now and you've outlined what the confusion is, by outlining it, maybe you had a few different courses of action that you could take. Follow your intuition of what is the best course of action to take. And even if it's the wrong one, along the way you'll realize that it's the wrong one. And then when you'll be on the path, you already see new openings open to you, new opportunities. So midway through the path, you realize it's the wrong one, just take a different one, right? And on that different one, maybe it's still the wrong one, take another one. If it's still the wrong one, take another one. Keep going like that. But you have to take action for the confusion to eventually clear up. So that's it, guys. Step 1, describe it as accurately as you can. Step 2, accept it. Accept the confusion that, hey, we can't do shit sometimes. Step 3, take action anyways. So thank you guys for watching this, how to deal with fucking confusion. When you have confusion in your life, fucking deal with it now, bitches. And don't forget, whenever you feel confused, you can always watch my shit. Hopefully it gives you a bit more clarity of things, right? And paradoxically, how to deal with confusion. Like the clarity I gave you is that you will be confused all the time. So I guess I didn't really give an answer to whatever problem you had, but I hope it still helped. I hope you can figure it out yourself. I read every single comment. I reply to every single comment. And the best suggestion, I'll probably make a video about it. So click on the fucking bell, because when you click on the bell, you receive all my fucking videos. So peace, guys. Yeah. Hell yeah, video.